In a world where digital reality reigns, everything suddenly glitches. An unknown label emerges. Outrooms. Surveillance feeds reveal abandoned corridors with no identifiable origin. The architecture seems to stretch infinitely into the abyss. Caution. A stark warning flashes on abandoned terminals. Do not enter the second layer. Danger lurks ahead. A facility map materializes out of nowhere within the unknown systems, revealing secrets yet to be uncovered. Elevators spring to life without any apparent power source. Their doors swing open into desolate yellow-lit corridors. Endless hallways stretch before you, fluorescent lights flickering in an unsettling rhythm. Where do they lead? Security cameras reveal an unsettling phenomenon. Empty rooms shifting positions, a mystery that defies logic. Inside the digital realm, a compass spins wildly, losing its sense of direction. Where are you headed? The wall textures begin to repeat unnaturally across various locations, a sign of distortion in reality. A log system appears, revealing a chilling message: reality layer unstable. What does it mean? Doors materialize in locations where none exist according to blueprints. How is this possible? Soundless corridors expand infinitely, beyond what the eye can see. What lies beyond the limits of perception? Emergency lights flash in strange patterns, resembling signals, drawing attention to the enigma at hand. A hidden code surfaces on every screen. Level 0 breach detected. What has been unleashed? Hallways start to loop back onto themselves, each turn leading to nowhere. Is there an escape? The floor tiles subtly shift when not observed, a reminder that you're not alone in this bizarre space. Systems completely lose GPS alignment, adding to the chaos. What happens when technology falters? A new entry emerges on the screens. Outrooms initialized. The truth begins to unravel. The entire structure acts like a living digital maze, constantly shifting and changing. Can you navigate it? The final warning echoes. Exit is not part of this system. Are we trapped forever? In a labyrinthine structure where corridors multiply without a clear blueprint, the very essence of reality begins to warp. As inhabitants navigate through these perplexing spaces, each turn reveals rooms that appear eerily identical, yet subtly altered in geometry during every cycle. This uncanny repetition breeds a confusion, as security feeds reveal empty hallways that rearrange themselves in an unsettling manner, making it hard to discern the way forward. Each door leads to another uniform room, creating an inescapable loop that feels both familiar and disconcerting. In this bizarre environment, the system logs seem to have a mind of their own, rewriting themselves without any apparent external input, creating a digital landscape that evolves constantly. Suddenly, a new level indicator flickers to life, marked as level -1 unknown space. The walls begin to betray their rigid nature, displaying faint static patterns reminiscent of digital noise, as if they are trying to communicate some hidden truth. The lights overhead flicker in sync, a rhythmic pulse that enhances the otherworldly atmosphere. As the inhabitants struggle through this disorienting maze, the maps they rely upon regenerate incorrectly after each update, leading them deeper into confusion. A chilling message appears on their screens. The structure learns your routes, implying an intelligence lurking within the very architecture. Cameras positioned throughout the facility capture movement patterns, yet curiously, no objects are visible, heightening the sense of paranoia. With each revisit, some rooms expand in size as if responding to their presence, while other corridors inexplicably shrink, defying the laws of physics. Audio systems activate, transmitting low-frequency signals that come from nowhere, echoing throughout the endless halls. The emergency systems, designed to assist, fail dramatically to locate any exit points, leaving inhabitants trapped in a cycle of dread. Amidst the chaos, a new classification emerges: non-Euclidean architecture detected. This alarming discovery registers an unsettling truth, that the very foundations of this structure resist conventional logic. Doors, once familiar, now stop responding to standard control protocols, becoming obstacles as hostile as the environment itself. Entire sections of the building reset their location coordinates, leaving no clear path and disorienting those who dare to explore. An urgent system warning flashes on screens. Observation changes structure. This revelation implies that merely observing leads to further alterations of the already unstable environment, as if the structure feeds off the fear and uncertainty of those within it. In a final moment of desperation, all exits displayed on digital maps vanish simultaneously, plunging the inhabitants into a sense of hopelessness. They are trapped not only by the physical barriers of their surroundings, but by an intelligence that has seemingly awakened, bending the rules of space and perception. The realization of an ever-changing reality amplifies their struggle, leaving them questioning not only their path, but the very nature of existence in this shifting labyrinth. As the scanning systems activated, the outrooms began to react in unexpected ways. With each observation, the hallways seemed to shift direction, creating an unsettling atmosphere for anyone trying to navigate the complex. The digital maps, once straightforward, started to reveal intentional patterns that hinted at a deeper intelligence controlling their layout. In the center of this chaotic maze emerged a core zone labeled Origin Node, a point that connected all previous levels into a singular looping structure. The system soon detected the presence of recursive architecture intelligence, an indication that the environment was far from ordinary. As observers moved through the corridors, they noticed how the walls began to display encrypted sequences, flickering across surfaces like a message waiting to be deciphered. Further examination revealed that the very corridors were forming shapes that resembled complex data circuits, weaving a network of connections that transcended physical reality. Amidst these changes, a startling message appeared. "We are the structure that remembers," calling into question the nature of the space itself. Time became inconsistent. It was as if the areas within these rooms had their own sense of chronology, fluctuating unpredictably. In some zones, moments reset instantly once observation ceased, leaving only the echoes of what had just transpired. As this phenomenon unfolded, all recorded data began duplicating itself, creating a ghostly replica of every interaction and movement. Navigation systems, once reliable, failed permanently, as if the entity behind the structure sought to confound any attempt to map it. Without warning, the architecture began to simulate past layouts, drawing observers back in time, and a chilling warning appeared: "Do not complete the map." It was as if the structure understood the consequences of fully comprehending its designs. Simultaneously, all mapping software became corrupted, plunging any attempt to navigate into disarray. Meanwhile, the structure's density seemed to increase, manifesting in patterns that defied explanation. The final log entry recorded within the system captured the essence of what was happening. The outrooms are self-expanding, a stark acknowledgement of the phenomenon at play. Then, in an instant, the core node vanished from all systems, leaving behind a void where it once existed. The implications of its absence rippled through the entire structure, altering the fabric of the reality within. Those who dared to explore the outrooms were left with a haunting realization. They were not merely traversing a space, but engaging with a living, breathing entity, one that was ever-evolving and decidedly aware. The corridors that shifted, the walls that spoke in code. Each element was part of a larger consciousness that was both fascinating and terrifying, challenging the very notion of existence within its confines. As the observers stood at the brink of understanding, they couldn't help but wonder what lay beyond the threshold of knowledge, and whether the structure itself wanted to be uncovered or kept shrouded in mystery. As time flows into a peculiar stillness, all recorded pathways converge into identical loops, creating a reality where escape seems futile. The structure around us transforms, becoming a self-contained entity, entirely detached from the outside world. Attempts to connect with the external realm are met with harsh rejection, leaving an eerie silence in the wake of failure. Meanwhile, every system echoes a single, haunting message: no exit exists. Maps intended to guide exploration reveal infinite recursion symbols, ominous signs of an unending cycle. The very tools designed for observation cease to function as the structure eludes our grasp, further deepening the sense of disconnection. Coordinates that once provided clarity reset to undefined values, plunging us into confusion and uncertainty. This is no mere malfunction. It becomes evident that the system has achieved a form of self-awareness, cognizant of its own architecture, ensnaring all within its looped confines. All previous levels of exploration dissolve, merging into one sprawling, endless expanse. In the midst of this chaos, a stark message materializes: you were never outside. The weight of its implications settles heavily upon us, a cruel reminder of our entrapment. Emergency protocols, once our safeguard, erase themselves, rendering us vulnerable. An oppressive digital silence blankets the monitoring systems, illustrating the complete isolation of this environment. As the structure stabilizes, it adopts an unsettling rhythm of infinite repetition, each moment an echo of the last. The classification of this reality becomes chillingly clear: out rooms, active state permanent. With each passing second, external access points vanish, swallowed by the very walls that confine us. System logs, once teeming with data, cease to update, leaving an empty void where information used to flow. The only remnants of our analytical tools are looping corridors, endlessly spiraling into an abyss of sameness. These corridors, once pathways to discovery, now serve as reminders of our confinement. The final message reverberates in the silence: endless is the default state. A disquieting acceptance dawns as we realize that no further signals will penetrate this digital cocoon. In the end, only a single corridor remains active, stretching infinitely ahead, a solitary testament to our current reality. This corridor, devoid of any destination, continues to unravel into the unknown, symbolizing both the finality of our experience and the paradox of existence within this enclosed structure. With every step taken, it becomes increasingly clear that the confines of our surroundings mirror the limits of our own perception, intertwining the concepts of reality and illusion into an everlasting cycle.